guys, hope you're doing well. Blessed Lily here with another pick a card reading. In this one we're going to be taking a look at exactly what it is that you guys need to hear today. It could be with regards to your love life, career, spirituality. You guys will just have to wait and see. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at today's options. Option number 1, you guys get the amethyst. Option number 2, clear quartz wants to be your crystal today. And option number 3, you guys get the fluorite. So see which crystal you're mostly drawn to. Don't overthink it. It could, by the way, be more than just the one crystal. Yeah? So use your intuition. And if you guys do need a little bit more time to make your decision, pause the video, because we're going to go ahead and get started with option number 1. Option number 1, hi and welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to this gorgeous amethyst, let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what you need to hear today. So I want to start with the Lenormand. Lenormand. Let's take a look exactly what you need to hear today. Option number 1. This is a fantastic energy. It's filled with love, it's filled with commitment. So what you guys need to hear today, for a lot of you, especially if you've been single for a very long time, is that you guys are not going to end up being alone forever. There's definitely somebody out there for you, and I have some really good news for you, because for a lot of you, right, this somebody is coming through very soon. This is a timeless pick a card reading, but I do feel for quite a few of you, you could be meeting somebody who might end up being your future spouse within the next 25 days. For some of you, it's the maximum of 25 weeks. Okay, it's definitely not 25 years, so that's already good. But yeah, it's the energy of somebody coming through very soon over here, because the ring is all about making a commitment. The ring is all about making things official. It's taking that next step in your love life. Now, my darlings, if you are in a relationship or situationship, okay, this card brings you the news of either getting engaged or moving in together with somebody or getting proposed to. But it is so much about taking the next step in your love life, okay? So it's interesting how the pink quartz is just laying casually over here saying, excuse me, can you please mention the self-love as well? Of course. So there's, you know, it's very much about the fact that you guys have done so much healing, you guys have done so much work, that you are ready to see yourselves as somebody who's worthy of love, and any issues, any blocks you guys might have had, a lot of you, these blocks are gone, these blocks are released. And you've done a lot of work, and well done for doing so much work. Because here you guys literally are manifesting love. You guys are manifesting somebody to come through and to kind of... It's this energy of like reminding you even more how precious you are. For some of you, you could be meeting this person on the 25th. Now, another important message that you guys need to hear today is that you should definitely be using stones, crystals, and metals when it comes to your manifestation of love, manifestation of other things. But here it's the energy of commitment, right? So they're saying pink quartz is a brilliant stone, ruby is a brilliant stone, garnet is a fantastic stone for manifesting love, what is it, malachite for your heart chakra. So they're saying that you guys have the ability to charge crystals, to charge objects, to maybe even work with crystals. A lot of you guys associate with alchemy very strongly. So what you need to hear today is that you should use your power to accelerate love coming into your life. It will really help, because I see that you guys have done a lot of healing, a lot of subconscious healing, and now they're kind of saying it's time for you to help yourself a little bit, to co-create with the universe by channeling your own power into jewelry, into metals, into creating certain magical symbols. But the advice over here is not to let anybody know that you've done it or that you're doing it. Keep it on the down low. Like, even if somebody says, oh, what's this symbol? Just like be like, oh, I don't know, it's just something I liked. Like, don't tell people, because people might have like question it. And right now you need to really concentrate and focus all of your beautiful magic energy on your like totems, on your amulets and things like this. But this is so gorgeous, guys. For lots of you, there's an energy of love coming through. And so I think this could be 25. Strong Virgo energy is coming through. Guys, I don't know what you've done, and I don't usually like to do this vanilla sprinkled with sugar readings, but what I'm seeing is just some really good times. With the bouquet over here, bouquet has everything to do with, you know, maybe even a secret admirer coming through. Maybe not so secret admirer coming through. The bouquet is recognition. It's the energy of somebody bringing you flowers. It's the energy of you being admired. So it does look like for a lot of you, there's a proposal over here, guys. Or meeting somebody who's literally going to be somebody who brings you a lot of flowers, who brings you, brings out your natural shine, brings out your natural sparkle. I think a lot of you guys needed to hear this. A lot of you have been really down about your love life lately. A lot of you are working on your sensuality and sexuality, and this is why this is all happening. It's the the energy of turning, again, alchemy is coming through very strongly. Snake can be poisonous, but at the same time, a snake can be used as medicine. Like the poison can be used, the venom could be used as, you know, a healing potion. And it's very interesting that you guys managed to turn a situation that was really difficult over here with the snake, a situation that was maybe poisoning you for a very long time. You guys have managed to activate your magician energy and alchemize this energy of poison and turn it into a healing potion. You might have had some enemies over here or frenemies, but like nothing stood in your way. Nothing could stand in your way because it was something that was fated for you guys. Something that was fated for you. And they're saying, don't be afraid of people being jealous of you, because it's the way that it is. Love is coming your way, and you have luck as well. Oh my gosh. Option number one, you're literally, I think, like you guys could hit the jackpot today. The Lenormand cards really like you. Because look at this. There's this energy of like something that you guys will think a lucky coincidence. But of course, it's not a coincidence, right? You know, there's no such thing as a coincidence. It's all kind of pre-planned and predestined for you, my darlings. So it's the energy of being lucky. It's the energy of feeling like the universe is co-creating with you rather than being a hostile place. And it has a lot to do with recognition. It has a lot to do with your love life. So allow yourself to be recognized. Allow yourself to shine your light. Let's see what else you need to hear today. All right, my darlings. So if some of you guys have been house hunting, there's a strong, strong energy coming through that you will find your house within the next month, okay? And with the clover over here, guys, any delays right now is actually a blessing in disguise. So you might be getting nervous, you might be feeling anxious, you're like, oh my God, do we change the home? Will I find a home? Maybe the time frame is kind of difficult right now. But they're saying there is really a blessing in disguise over here with the clover, because you're going to find something so much better. Okay, so much better than what you could have possibly hoped for. You could even be, I don't know, it's this vibe for some of you. It's like somebody was trying to take away what's yours, and it might have had something to do with real estate. But here, this is a commitment. For a lot of you guys are moving in. Moving in, maybe with somebody that you already dating or with a friend. And there's definitely an energy of committing. And with the birds, this is all about messages. This is all about communication. So it feels like you guys, you know, there's definitely an energy of maybe meeting somebody while you're moving house, while you're traveling to a new place. When it comes to birds, guys, what you need to hear right now, any messages, emails, confirmations, they're telling me, like, they're showing me a seal of approval. These all are coming through very, very soon. Like the messages you've been waiting, for sure it's coming through very soon. And if you have a situationship, I can't remember if I mentioned this already or not. If you have a situationship, if you're not in communication with somebody, in this particular moment, the communication is coming through within the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 12 days. And it's some really, really good news. Okay, let's see what else you guys need to hear when it comes to advice from your spiritual team. Like, this was all very practical. Let's take it up a notch when we're talking about energies. 4D, 5D energies that want to come through. Your spiritual team, what advice do they have for you with regards to what you need to hear right now? Okay, brilliant. Yeah, you guys might be overthinkers, and I feel you over here, like literally. They're saying stop overthinking things. You might be trying to control things really, really strongly, but they're saying you're already doing it. You're already heading in the right direction. You already are on the right path. Keep facing your true north. Right now, this is the most important thing for you guys to hear. That keep facing your true north. And when we're talking about true north, is about what it is that truly is resonating with you, what is aligned with you. It can go against a lot of other people or what other people are expecting of you, but they're saying you're already doing it. Don't overthink it. Like, you guys can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to be, but you guys, your mind, you know, it can be your best friend and it can be your worst enemy. And when you start overthinking, you start creating anxiety, because you're creating this energy of needing to create solutions for issues that aren't even there yet. So they're like, be in the moment, be present, because when you have issues in the present, they're usually issues in solutions in the present as well. But if you're trying to find solutions for issues that are in the future, then there are none. And that's what makes you anxious. It's the energy of trying to control things that haven't even happened yet. So they're like, this is looking so good. You already are on the right path. So just keep facing your true north. And sometimes they're saying, like, just make baby steps. It doesn't have to be big leaps. It doesn't have to be that you have to know everything in advance for a very long time, because it doesn't work like that. But you already guys are doing it. One more card. This is so encouraging and it's so beautiful, and the energies are so uplifting for you. Option number 1. Gorgeous. Akashic records. All right, that's why, my darlings, you were drawn to the amethyst, right? A lot of you are incredibly spiritual, but today the Lenormand wanted to talk to you about more grounded things. But here, of course, with this oracle talks very much about, you know, like 5D energies. Even sometimes it goes into 10D, 12D, and this is when we're talking about Akashic records. I feel a lot of you guys, you might be somebody who goes into incredibly deep meditations, and sometimes you're like, oh my god, was that a dream? Was that a meditation? Did I go into astral traveling? Now guys, you you're still learning a lot of things about spirituality. You're still learning how to manage your energy. But they're saying don't question yourself, because you guys do have the ability to travel in between worlds. You guys have the energy to access the Akashic records. And your guidance is divinely guided. So trust your guidance. Trust that the nudges that you're getting, it's from somewhere completely sacred. Completely sacred. And trust your inner compass. Trust your inner guidance. Even before it makes sense. Alright, my lovely, option number 1. This is where I'm going to end your reading. Don't forget to claim the magic of this reading down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Hit the notification button so you don't miss out any of the other upcoming content. For personal reads, do send me a message. The link to the email address is in the description box below. So is the link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more. I was lost for words there. Option number 1. I went into the Akashic records myself, basically, just to look up where my Patreon page was. Anyways, my darlings, wish you all the best. Take care now. Bye. Option number 2. Hi and welcome to your reading, my dears. If you were drawn to the clear quartz, let's find out what it is that you guys need to hear right now. A message that was meant to find you. Working with the Lenormand deck today. Okay, my darlings. So what you need to hear today, and I want you guys to know that, I don't usually like to talk about health in my readings, but here it just literally jumped out. There's an energy that, healing has been taking place, but here we're talking more about physical healing, okay? There's definitely an energy of you connecting to your ancestors and healing a lot of things. I think you guys might have found out about certain disorders that might have run in your family, and that made you feel at ease, or you will find out, because you will know how to deal with them, and you will find a way to deal with a lot of things to make your life easier. There's definitely an energy of making your life easier, making your, managing maybe your stress levels over here with the tree and the lady. There's an energy of healing anything that has to do with your hormones, anything that has to do with your reproductive system. The trees, there's this vibe where you guys are going to be settling down somewhere. So if you've been looking for a home, this is the energy of you finding a home really soon. Finding a place where you belong. A woman is going to be coming through very soon. A very strong woman when it comes to her character. A very strong woman when it comes to, she's been through a lot. She could be in her 20s. She could be in her 40s for some of you. But she is going to be somebody you can lean on. You guys need a friend right now. You guys need a confidant. Maybe some of you guys are looking for a mentor. And they're telling me somebody, maybe from your family or from an ancestor, is coming through. For some of you, it's somebody who's alive. For some of you, it's somebody who has already passed on. But there are people from your ancestral lineage. There are people from your soul family, from your soul tribe, who are going to be coming through to help you with a certain issue, to help you with a certain problem, and your health is improving over here. Another thing that's coming through, what you need to hear, my darlings, is that it's time to spoil yourself. You've done a lot of healing, you've done a lot of things. You guys have been maybe feeling a little bit down lately or stressed out. They're saying you need a couple of days off, maybe off social media, out in the nature, maybe with crystals. Maybe you guys are interested in creating jewelry, or you guys need to get something. They're saying maybe a piece of jewelry, a beautiful crystal, a rock, spoil yourself, or you need to go to a spa, or you need to treat yourself with food, whatever works for you. because here there's an energy of using your root chakra, your sacral chakra, in order to gain like energy from the Mother Earth. A lot of you guys could be connected to shamanism or be interested in shamanic healing. And this is definitely something that you guys need to do right now, because there's definitely an energy of needing to take a break, of needing to take some time off. Yeah, and even if it's like your weekday and you're supposed to be working, and they're saying if you feel like you really need that day off, take it. Because like this is your body and your mind telling you that, you know, your body needs to recharge. Let's see what else you guys need to hear today. Oh, the fish. All right, the fish, my darlings. It's all about abundance. And it's interesting that in this deck, it's a flying fish, which feels like sounds really weird, right? Fish are supposed to swim, birds are supposed to fly. But here, like there are actually fish that, you know, they're flying fish. Here, it's this energy where you guys, you're accumulating this knowledge, you're accumulating, like it could be this guidance, you're accumulating this support from Mother Earth, because there is going to be like a really strong breakthrough when it comes to the energies of abundance, especially when we're talking about money and we're talking about your career over here. Okay, so it's almost like, you know, when you've been swimming, and here you're jumping out and you get a bigger perspective. You get a bigger picture, and like you are going to realize that you are literally a fish that can fly. Okay, and I know it sounds weird, I know it sounds crazy, but you know, there's some fish that can't fly. You guys are flying fish. You guys are a different breed over here, which means that you are going to be able to work maybe on projects that are completely out of your comfort zone. But you're gonna realize when it comes to sink or swim, you guys are swimming, you guys are flying, you guys are passing with flying colors. And you will be getting a lot of support over here. Like I said, it's either from somebody who's living or somebody who has passed on. But this woman over here, she has a really strong character, and she is somebody who's like, you rest, you recover, but you never give up. And I feel for a lot of you, you know, males, females, there is a big breakthrough coming through when it comes to the energy of abundance. And it has a lot to do with your solar plexus chakra, my darlings. Because here I'm seeing that you're feeling more confident, you're like acing presentations, you are like, you know, your CV gets noticed, your CV gets picked out of like a big pile of CVs. There's definitely an energy of you getting more money. Here it could also be that for some of you guys, what you need to hear is do not be afraid to reach out for help, guidance, support, advice. Don't be afraid to network over here. Even if you're feeling like the most introverted introvert right now, they're saying that it doesn't have to be like people that you don't like, but there are definitely people that you don't know yet who you will like. But there's definitely such a big energy of you guys feeling the abundance over here, because fish, it's all about wealth, it's all about abundance. And some of you, my darlings, what you need to hear, this is for a very select few of you, but if you have been thinking about making a business, starting a business, when it comes to making things out of wood or creating natural remedies, herbal remedies, working with herbs, creating natural cosmetics, it really is going to pay off really handsomely over here. Or working with the forest or preserving something. There's like people investing in your venture. So if you have been looking for some people to invest in you, you will find that support. Okay, so for some of you, whatever book you guys have been writing, whatever information you guys have been looking. All right, let's start with the book. For a lot of you, my darlings, it's time to write that book. It's time to continue writing that book. Definitely and for sure, this is what you needed to hear today, what you needed to hear right now. That a lot of you might have written maybe like a fourth of a book or like a half of a book, and then like kind of life got in the way, and like your spiritual team is coming through, and the Lenormand cards, they want to tell you today that that book is most likely going to be a success. Even if you publish it yourself at first, it is going to be a success. Now, the other part of information that was coming through with this card is look for information in old books. There's something about history repeating itself, and they're saying you will find the answers that you seek in books. Maybe even going, and once again, something about learning about your heritage, about your lineage. It could be like you're finding a way out because you find something out about, like, you know, who your great-great-grandparents were, or like what nationality they were, or who they were like affiliated with, associated with. There's something about needing to know your family tree. Maybe you have a really wealthy auntie somewhere in Zurich and you guys can reconnect, you know. But there's a lot of knowledge that's coming through over here. If you guys have exams coming up, they're saying that you're gonna ace them. Let's see what else you need to hear, my darlings. Yeah, again, it has something to do with people who have passed away. People who have passed away. Let me get a clarification. It could be in religious doctrines over here. Finding answers like, I don't know, in Bible, Quran, other holy scriptures, maybe some spiritual books. I don't know, maybe you guys are very interested when it comes to like the other side, communicating with, you know, you guys might have mediumship abilities, by the way. Should you embrace them, you guys might have mediumship abilities. Yeah, look at this letter. You might be getting a letter soon that has something to do with somebody who passed away. Maybe like getting documents, getting some sort of inheritance. Or literally, when we're talking about letter, we're talking about communication. This is so mystical over here, option number 2. Even though Lenormand talks more about like the everyday stuff, but here it's something that you really needed to hear. And it's really interesting. So it's almost like the people, your ancestors, they have messages for you. And it could be coming through books, it could be coming through letters that might be found in books. So they're kind of saying deep, deep. Very interesting. What else do you need to hear today? Oh, the ring came through. Brilliant. The ring came through for the for option number 1 as well. So maybe you were drawn to the option number 1. But here, my darlings, it's not that much about love, although for some of you it could be that you might be meeting somebody very soon when it comes to love. But here it's the energy of like commitment, contracts. It's more about business, it's more about money, it's more about having soul contracts as well, more about getting abundance. But for some of you, they are showing like a proposal or getting a marriage certificate. For some of you, darlings, if you are in the midst of getting a divorce, this is you getting your money, this is getting your share. Okay, let's take a look at what is it that your spiritual team wants you to know when it comes to your spiritual journey. Because Lenormand is very much about practical things. But let's take a look at the 5D energies over here. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. This is so great, guys. The energy of alchemy is coming through very strongly. A lot of you are very sensitive. A lot of you guys are very empathic. A lot of you, there's lots of, I don't know, it's this beautiful shyness, tenderness that you've been hiding away from the world. And your spiritual team is saying what you need to hear right now is that it's okay to be tender. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to admit to yourself that you are craving intimacy, that you're craving human interaction, you're craving support, right? And there's definitely an energy where they're saying that everything that's happening to you at this particular moment, it's not to punish you, it's not to give you like, you know, it's not about bad karma and things like this. No, it's more about you being cracked open so that you can see your own essence. It's happening for you, not to you. Because when we're thinking that things happen to us, it's fine. It's kind of like a punishment. It's like the energy of hostility. And here they're saying, no, it's the opposite. It's so that you can see your true essence. And a lot of us, we're conditioned that we have to be warriors, we have to be strong, we have to persevere. But most of the time, it's for us to discover that there's some things we can't do. And sometimes we can't go on for some time, and that's okay too. Sometimes we need to realize that our weakness is actually our strength. Because it takes a lot of guts to admit that somewhere we are weak, some things we can't do. And it's okay, because we're human beings. And that's a very good reminder for you, lovely option number 2. Your strength might be in something else. A fish that can fly still can't climb trees, and maybe that's what you've been demanding of yourself, that you climb trees. But you're a fish. You can't climb trees. Do you see what I'm saying? We all have our strengths and weaknesses. And this whole energy is like with you about learning about your true strength, not the strength people say you should have. Share your voice, come out of the cave. You have persecution and expression. This is gorgeous, guys. The world, the universe wants you to come out of your cave, wants you to see the real you and to fall in love with the real you, because this is what the world will see and they will fall in love with you. It's like you're being cracked open. It's almost like the universe is kind of pushing you out of your cave so that you can share your voice, so that you can speak up. They keep saying work on your throat chakra, use turquoise. Turquoise is a brilliant crystal to use for your throat chakra. But of course, dive deep and see what really is blocking your throat chakra. I think I did a reading recently on Patreon that had a lot to do with blocks or which chakras are blocked. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, do check it out. It's quite helpful. It's quite helpful so that you guys have the direction in which to go, in which to look for. Because you guys have a beautiful voice, and maybe some of you're meant to be singers. Singers, professional voiceover artists. But the most important thing over here is that you know your truth and you speak it. And you get out of this lonely and dark cave and go into the world. Alright, lovely option number 2. This is where I'm going to end your reading. I hope you enjoyed it and it resonated. Don't forget to claim its magic down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. If you guys are up for a personal read, do send me an email. The email's in the description box below. So is the link to my Patreon page, which I just mentioned a second ago. And there you'll find lots of interesting stuff, exclusive content, additional discounts on personal readings, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. All right, my darlings, take care now. Bye. Option number 3, if you were drawn to fluorite, hi and welcome to your reading, my darlings. Alright, get comfy. Let's go ahead and find out what you need to hear today. What you need to hear today, what you need to hear right now. This is a timeless pick card reading, and I'm using the Lenormand today. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look what you need to hear right now. Ooh, my darlings, but look at this. Some of you guys could be 22, born on the 22nd, and you right now are standing at a crossroads. This is so beautiful. Like this energy, this deck is incredible. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I want you to kind of have a little meditation over here. So there's two roads over here. And what you need to hear right now, what you need to know right now is you're literally standing over here. And it's time to decide. Which way are you going to go? And you're really looking at this sign, but there's nothing there just yet. Because it's like destination unknown. You might be choosing between two people. You might be choosing between two careers. You might be choosing between staying and going. You might even be choosing between embracing your new self or sticking with the old self. So let's get more information over here. And I think it will really help you guys if you like emerge into this energy where you just envision yourself on a beautiful, sunny, warm day. And you've been walking and you feel really light and you feel really good. And the birds are chirping and the sun is shining and the soft wind is blowing. And you're just standing there and you're like, all right, this is it. This is the moment for me to make this important decision. Let's get more information here for you. Option number 3. What you need to hear. Let's take a look at this crossroads. Garden. You guys are very connected to nature. Green might be your favorite color, or you might be very drawn to green in this particular moment. Now, my darlings, for a lot of you, with the garden, it has to do with having a strong social presence. For some of you, it's social media. For some of you, it's being popular, like in your area. But it has a lot to do with being seen by a large amount of people. So it could be that you guys are deciding, do you really want fame? Do you really want popularity? Are you ready to be admired and to be criticized? Are you ready? There's something about a lot of you maybe wanting to be popular, or wanting to be with somebody who's popular, or wanting to be out there with people, wanting to socialize, wanting to join in. So it's kind of like the energy, are you staying in where you are? Or are you going out and are you reinventing yourself? For a lot of you, my dears, I'm seeing that you are on the verge of meeting a lot of new people. Not all of them are going to be friends, okay? Not all of them are going to be well-wishers, but a lot of them are. And it's almost like they're showing me you being in the center of the, being the center of attention with the garden. Social events, gatherings, putting yourself out there, networking, communicating. And I know a lot of you guys are introverts. And that's why maybe for some of you, what I'm talking about right now, you're like, what? What? This doesn't sound like me. But again, maybe it's not the old you. Maybe the new you, maybe this is what you've been craving. Maybe that's why you've been so pushing this away, because this is what you truly want. Let's get more information about the crossroads. You're going to be getting a very important message over here with the rider. The rider is somebody who delivers you the news. So it might even be, for some of you, it's an email. For others of you, it's an actual physical letter or invitation. You could be getting an invite to some sort of social gathering. It could be somebody's wedding. It could be a corporate event. And here you're deciding, do I stay or do I go? You might have been asked, or you will be asked, to present somewhere, to maybe deliver a speech, to deliver a presentation, to take on like this extra responsibility. And where usually you would hide away from this extra responsibility or this opportunity, now you're like, I'm interested, I'm curious. Do I want to know more about what I can do, or do I just say no? And what you need to hear right now, darlings, is that some of you might be meeting your person. Because when the man and the lady come through together, it's the energy of maybe meeting somebody who you're going to be with for quite some time. And it's this energy where you could be meeting them at the social event, or down, like going to that social event. You might be invited by a couple. Somebody might be inviting you to do more than just converse. If you understood what I mean, you understood what I mean. I'm not going to go into that too much. Otherwise, I'll have to put the 18 plus sign, but you know what I'm saying. And for you, my darlings, here as well, there's an indication of healing. Let me see. This is like they're showing me some very difficult energies that you guys had to go through when you were younger, and they have affected your mental health very strongly. And they might have put you in this energy of, you know, not wanting to speak out, not wanting to be seen, just wanting to do your thing and then like go home. And here it's like you're seeing this and you're using the whips, you're taking the mice away. You're like chasing a lot of negative thoughts away and becoming more grounded, for sure. An unbelievable connection to nature that's coming through over here. And I don't know if you guys are into gardening, or if you grow, yeah, if you guys grow like your own vegetables, grow your own herbs. But they're saying you using natural remedies, you're really going to improve your health over here. And I know a lot of you might be saying, okay, but what about the decision, Blush Lily? The decision is up to you, my darlings. They're saying you will know like within you, you will know the internal guidance. It will show, like eventually it will show up where you're going, where you're coming from, and you will make a decision, because it's not up to cards to make the decision. It's up to you, darlings. Use herbal remedies, use essential oils. This is what's coming through as advice for you. What you need to hear, that you know a lot of, I don't know, I'm hearing like lavender, rose, tea tree oil is coming through very strongly. Even using tea tree oil for your skin. But obviously make sure you're not allergic and everything. But there's something about, you know, using the power of nature to heal your mental state. Very interesting. Letter coming through. Okay, Right, so this is what I'm seeing, guys. For a lot of you, it's very much about relocation. This is what you needed to hear today, that you guys will be getting a letter that will help you relocate. This is what the crossroads for a lot of you was about. Do I stay or do I go? Do I take that leap of faith where maybe you've been invited by other people, by maybe your colleagues or potential employers? Do I stay or do I go? Do I listen to people who are being negative, or do I charge myself up and sign the contract? You guys might end up going to a mountainous area or an area where there are lots of hills, or this is like very much about overcoming an obstacle. The tree, the letter, the mountain, like getting a letter from across the border. This is what they're telling me. An invitation, a visa that's coming through, a work offer. And it's going to be very tempting, and you will have to make a decision. Do you stay or do you go? But if you guys have been waiting for a visa, have been waiting for a letter, acceptance letter, maybe from a university as well, you're going to get it. For those of you who are into like the public eye, you are going to be getting more subscribers on your YouTube channel. You guys are going to be getting like maybe even an offer to be an ambassador for something, and like a representative for something, to deliver a speech. And there's something about preservation, nature preservation, that's coming through over here, over and over again. Okay, let's take a look at what is it that your spiritual team wants you to know when it comes to your 5D energy. Spiritual guidance, what you need to hear, because Lenormand is very practical. I like this deck in this sense. It's very practical. Although it was very interesting for option number 2 when Lenormand went very spiritual all of a sudden. But you know, life is unpredictable. Okay, let's take a look for you, my darlings. Option number 3, what you need to hear right now. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? You go left, you go right, you go straight. Again, it's very much about the choice. And it's very much about trusting where you're being guided towards to. And they're saying, we know that you want a clear indication. We know that you like clarity. We know that you like to know where you're going. We know that you like to control things. But this is a very important lesson for you. To be able to trust yourself and only yourself. They're saying you need to realize that if you're afraid of making the same mistakes you made before, you need to realize that you're more mature now, that you've grown, that you're more experienced. So you don't have to be angry at yourself in the past because you didn't know things before. It's an experience. You don't have to be angry at yourself where you made mistakes or you took the wrong turn, or don't be angry at yourself because you can't make a decision. Encourage yourself over here. Be kind, gentle. Kindness, gentleness, compassion are the best course of action at this particular moment. And if it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. But if it gets you excited and the only thing that's standing in the way is the fear of failure or the fear of success, then at least take that step forwards. But trust whatever is within you. It's full of magic. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Oh my gosh, guys, this is so brilliant. Just another confirmation about what lies on the surface is usually not even like the tiniest bit of what's actually going on. So with the Age of Light, this is the energy of you. Maybe even your past incarnations, you were still acquiring information to do something in this lifetime. And you've been training for this for lifetimes. And I'm not going to go into what it is because it's going to be different for all of you. But for some of you, it could be something to do with popularity. Something to do with living in a different country, breaking the ancestral patterns. And you've been training for this a lifetime, so it's kind of like this chance. You're being given the chance for something you've been training for lifetimes. And in this incarnation, you're ready. So stop doubting yourself. Because you got this. Lovely option number 3. You got this. Alright, my darlings, this is where I'm going to end your reading. A lot to process. Make sure to claim the magic of this reading down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Hit that notification button so you don't miss out any of the other upcoming content. If you guys feel you would benefit from personal reading, do send me an email. The email's in the description box below. So is the link to my Patreon page with exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more. Make sure to check it out. Alright, my darlings, take care now. Bye.